Hi, everybody.
Hello, I'm Ryan.
I'm Bethany.
And we are Ryan and Bethany Board Game Reviews.
And today we'll be talking about Nidavellir. This is designed by Serge Leggett and it is published by Hachette Board Games.
All right, you guys, this is a bidding style game. You are bidding in order to build basically an army of dwarves. The more dwarves you get of certain colors, the more you're going to get points in that category. But also you want to get a wide variety so that way you can attract more leaders to your army. All right, let me show you how to play. All right, here's our setup for Nidavellir. Basically what we've got is we have 3 taverns. Each one of those taverns is going to have a card based off how many players we're playing with. So in this case, let's say we have a 3-player game going on. We have 3 cards in each one of the taverns. What we're trying to do is we are trying to draft, based off these little bidding tokens here, the kind of dwarves that we want in order to add to our tableau. So each player is going to have one of these tableaus along with 5 of these betting chips. What we've got a 5, we've got a 4, a 3, a 2, and then we have a 0. However, this one also tells you that you are able to add 2 of your tokens together in order to grab a new token of an even higher value over here. So what's going to happen is you're going to face down, place these various tokens on the board, and there's going to be 2 left over. You're going to put those at the bottom. So what's going to happen is all players are going to reveal their first one. Whoever has the highest number gets the first choice of their cards from the first tavern. If there are ever any ties, especially at the beginning, there's going to be lots of ties. What you do is whoever has the highest number of this kind of this teardrop gem-looking thing, you're going to have the highest person go first, but then they're going to swap their token with the person that they won against. So now in the future, that person has a higher chance of winning a tiebreaker. All right, so now we go into our next one. All right, so we played our 0. What's going to happen is the 2 that we put down here, we're going to add them together. We've got a 2 and a 3. What we're going to do is we're going to get rid of the higher of the 2 values, put it out of the game, and replace it with the addition of those 2 numbers. So now we've got a 5 for the rest of the game. So that's what this whole little kind of board is. This is all of the different tokens that we're going to be able to kind of grow into as we're playing that 0 token. That's all about getting those combining tokens in order to get higher and higher values of those. They go all the way up to 25, and they are worth points at the end of the game as well. So you want to be able to get as many of those as possible, as high as possible, so that way not only are you going to win more of your bids, but also you're just going to get a lot of points. And then, of course, we finished our 3rd round. Even when you bid a 0, you still get to take a card. You're just going to probably be the last person who chooses. There are a whole lot of different kinds of cards in the game, and you want to try to collect a lot of them, as many of them as you can. So what's going to happen is we have our green cards. We're going to put those there. Based on how many of those little banners we have, the further down we go, the more points they're worth. Similarly, we have the purple cards that go right next to them. Again, the more purple flags you have, the more points you're going to be able to collect. Then we have the blue cards. The blue cards are more just about having as many points as possible. Whatever that number is on that little flag, that's how many points each blue card is worth. So that particular one is worth 9. Red cards work similarly. Basically, whatever the number is on that little flag there, that little banner, that's how many points it's worth. However, at the end of the game, whoever has the most of those red banners, in addition to getting the points from their red banners, is also going to get points, additional points based off whatever their highest token is. So if you have that number 25 token and you have the most amount of reds, you're going to be able to get all your red points, plus an extra 25 points, which is fantastic. All right, so the most confusing, the hardest one to score is the oranges. It's a little bit of a set collection thing going on here. Basically, there's going to be a number inside that banner. What's going to happen is, at the end of the game, you're going to multiply the number of banners you have by the sum of the numbers inside the banners. So maybe some banners have 0, some banners have 2. What you're going to do is you're going to multiply all that out, and that's going to be the score that your orange dwarves give you. So we have 5 different kinds of dwarves out here. If you're ever able to do a set, get 1 of each, what you're going to be able to do is you're going to be able to draft one of these leader dwarves up here. So we have these nice little stands up here that have all these different leaders. We have ones that are really strong in orange, green, blue, purple, and red. Then also all along the back here we have kind of special ones that do all kinds of different things. There's a set collection one that's really, really strong that says the Dwarves card. The more you have of them, the more points they're worth. Similar to the green and purples, but at a much, much higher accelerated rate. There's ones that are wild cards that can count as anything. There's ones that are worth just a whole lot of points. Some that give you special abilities. Some that even let you change your coins into things. So really, getting sets of 5, 1 of each of those, is going to be great in order to get those really upgraded leader dwarves. All right, so we're going to go through all 3 of those taverns. At that point, all of them should be cleared off, and we're going to deal out more cards and do it again. We have our Stage 1 deck, and we also have our Stage 2 deck. Once the Stage 1 deck runs out, we kind of have a little bit of a pause. What you're going to do is you're going to compare everyone's different colors, and whoever has the most of each individual color gets kind of a bonus. So whoever has the most purple cards is actually going to get more purple. Whoever has the most oranges gets to have an extra bidding token to help them break ties. Whoever has the most greens gets to replace their 0 tile with actually a 3 tile that has the same function, so that's really strong. And there's extra abilities for the red and blue cards as well. So after those extra benefits have been awarded at the end of the first round, then we go into this second round. We use the more advanced second round cards. We keep on going until that deck runs out as well. At that point, we're going to go to our score pad. We're going to add up all of our points from all different categories, plus we're going to add in the value of all of our tokens as well. Whoever has the most points wins the game.
I really like that upgrade tile when it came to the bidding, that 0 to where, like, you know, you're getting the last place. But there's just so much thought behind that because early on in the game, you, like, don't want to use it. But you have to use it because you need to upgrade, you need to get more in your coin purse. But like, and if you don't get more in your coin purse, you're definitely going to lose. So you have to use it. But also sometimes you just don't want to use it because you need to do other things. But if you're playing well, you're going to use it every single round. And sometimes it's fine because you actually don't want a spot. But then other times you're like, oh my gosh, but I want all of these. Maybe that person will also put the upgrade thing here and then we'll tie, and loved it.
I love the variety of leaders in this game. I mean, there were so many different options that you could go with. And they had to make sure that all of the different colors in the game are represented in the leaders as well. So that way, if you're going for a particular strategy and you really wanted to drill down on one or two, you had additional resources for those different colors. But also you had the neutral colors as well that provided a variety of different benefits. Lots and lots of points and special abilities to be gotten from those neutral leaders, or just from all the leaders in general. I just loved that set collection mechanism that made it worthwhile to go after a variety instead of going for individual columns.
Also, I mentioned it like a little bit ago, but you can tie, right? You can tie in this game, and the tiebreaker is one of the neatest mechanics I've ever seen, with all of those like little diamond things that are in front of each other. And when you tie with somebody and you switch those, so that way it really makes it equal and balanced. It seriously is one of the neatest and coolest tie-breaking mechanisms I've ever seen.
And also, like I mentioned, as far as the set collection, it's also viable to go for, just one or two different colors and get a whole bunch of that particular color of dwarf. I mean, there's so many different paths to victory, so many things that you can try and play around with, and they're all viable. They're all going to, as long as you stick with one strategy and you kind of really work at it the whole game, by the end of the game, even if you win or lose, at least you were still in the mix,
Yeah.
Everyone's kind of still in the mix the entire time. There's also that whole thing of there's like that hate drafting, right? Or kind of defensive drafting where you see someone else is going for like a whole bunch.
Almost got, what was it, Dwarves?
Yeah.
Was that his name? And my brother stopped me. Ugh. It was like 50 points or 49 points or something. He didn't even need it. He was just hate drafting.
Yeah, so the whole idea of defensive drafting to make sure that someone else who's about to, get a whole bunch of points by being able to stack more things together.
It was me. I was about to get a whole bunch of points.
Well, just in general, you want to look around at everybody's board,
yes.
And you're kind of watching what everyone's doing and seeing what's best for your whole situation overall.
Because you play them out immediately, so all that information is out there, so you know what people have. The only thing that's hidden is their coins when it comes time for it. But their cards and how many of the cards they have and their special cards, I mean, that is all available for everybody to see, so you can definitely keep a track on it. Overall, I really dug this game. It was so much fun. I had a great time playing it. I will say that we did play two-player a few times, and while I liked it, I actually I preferred it at the higher player count. I liked the interaction that happened with that, especially since it's a bidding game, and it worked out fine in the two-player. I just thought it was more fun for me in a higher player count, but overall, this was just so much fun.
Yeah, this game was easy to teach. It had a blind bidding that I really enjoy, and plus the bidding tiles that you use to get more cards, you're able to upgrade them over the course of the game, and I thought that was really fun. And all the routes are viable, and all the routes are fun, more importantly. Even if they're not viable, they're fun. So I just really thought that this game was put together just really well. Every time we play it, it's just a great time. We never are disappointed after we played this.
Everybody, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe so you can see our videos as they come out. And also, I'm just curious, what is your favorite dwarf-themed blank? Whether it's a book, whether it's an RPG or a board game. I'm really curious, your favorite dwarf-themed blank. Let me know in the comments below. Until then, you can follow us in all of these places.
Gimli for the win.
Just like that character.
Right. All right, guys, we will see you next time. Bye.
Bye.